Nasty Mirasty's one of the gyms. There's 3 gyms.
Yeah.
And they all want to be called Jim. So they're like Jim, and Nolan speaks the most. Like it's so
He's the
funny.
most intelligent Jim.
Well, Nasty Mirasty, it just goes, yep or nope.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk, but he's in the whole thing. But it just makes me laugh because I remember we had a game at the skate zone against Norfolk, and they were loaded. They were tough. They had all those guys, and Nasty Mirasty was at camp with them. And we had a 5-on-5. Litz started it. Neil Little started it. And it was a 5-on-5, and he ended up grabbing poor BJ Abel.
Oh, yeah.
And luckily for B, he's right out of college. Right? He's fucking never been in a scrap in his life. You know, like BJ, I love him. He's an accountant or something. You know, like
right.
He's crunching numbers. You know, like, but he grabs him, and it was right at the bench. And I'm just like, I remember people talking about Nasty Mirasty. I'd never seen him, but I knew about him. And I'm like, oh no, we're going to be taking poor BJ off in a stretcher here. And Mirasty like started like jerking around, and BJ must have, his eyes were probably this big, and he actually let him off the hook. He goes, you ever done this? And he's like, no. And he goes, just hang on. And he let him off the hook. And he could have hurt, like,
oh, for sure.
And he's trying to make the team. Like, he could have beat the shit out of it because BJ dropped his gloves like a dummy. I would have had my stick out here.
Oh, man.
But I'll never forget that. But yeah, I saw one of your fights with him. I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that you played against him.
I played junior with him.
You did? Oh, I didn't.
For a year, yeah, man. I mean, talk about
really? How did I not know that?
Yeah, man. For a full year. Yeah, he was. I think he was maybe 17 years old, but he fought like the Steve McIntyres. He fought the biggest dudes you ever imagined. Just loved it.
How
like,
can
I've never
he
seen a guy love
still?
fighting more than this guy.
I don't. You can tell.
Like love. Like.
Who's that Jablonski guy? Isn't that his cousin or something? They must have had 50 fights. They fought in an outdoor game in Syracuse.
Oh.
It was fucking -10.
Oh. Yeah, blow for blow, I'm sure.
Oh, it was blow for blow. You can see it on YouTube.